Have you ever wondered how certain archaeological finds manage to challenge our entire understanding of human history? Discoveries that seem so impossible that even experts are left speechless. Imagine, for example, finding evidence that humans might have coexisted with dinosaurs, or that the Vikings may have explored lands far beyond what we believed. These items, known as ooparts, out-of-place artifacts, make the certainties of science and history tremble. They are objects and traces that simply do not fit into traditional narratives. How can we explain an ancient globe made of ostrich eggs depicting the New World, or a Viking coin found in Maine when it was believed that the Vikings never ventured that far? The answers, most of the time, seem to slip through the cracks of our knowledge, leading us to reconsider what we believe we know about lost civilizations. In this text, you will discover some of the most intriguing and inexplicable archaeological finds ever unearthed. Get ready to travel through an alternative timeline where the history we were taught may not be the whole truth. If these stories have already piqued your curiosity, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next discoveries that could change the way you see the world. Did you know? Throughout history, archaeological discoveries have baffled even the most seasoned experts. Mysterious objects and artifacts have been unearthed that challenge everything we thought we knew about ancient civilizations. Take, for example, the Antikythera mechanism, a complex ancient Greek device believed to be the world's first analog computer. Its existence rewrote what we knew about ancient technology, proving that sophisticated machinery existed centuries earlier than historians originally thought. Similarly, out-of-place artifacts like the Piri Reis map have sparked intense debates. This 16th century map showcases surprisingly accurate depictions of the South American coast and even Antarctica, which was supposedly unknown at the time. How could such detailed geographical knowledge have been possible without modern tools or exploration methods? These discoveries blur the line between myth and reality, forcing us to reconsider historical timelines and human capabilities. They invite us to wonder how many more mysteries lie beneath the surface, waiting to change the course of history once again. Walking with dinosaurs. In an Italian town called Palestrina, archaeologists found something surprising, an ancient mosaic that seems to depict a dinosaur. The mere idea that humans might have coexisted with these prehistoric giants is enough to turn our chronological understanding upside down. Scientists, however, suggest a more mundane interpretation. The animal depicted was actually a giant otter, common in the Nubian region at that time. This explanation, although logical, does not diminish the fascination these discoveries generate. The Palestrina mosaic is still used as fuel for numerous conspiracy theories, which believe in a hidden history where dinosaurs and humans coexisted. Even though science is clear about the temporal separation between these species, the mystery persists, and this mosaic continues to intrigue all who observe it. This is just one example of how archaeology, in the midst of its findings, often leads us to question the official versions of the past. An archaeological phenomenon like this fuels the imagination and keeps the flame of mystery alive. Mystery in Zar. Deep in the desert of Algeria, the ruins of the ancient fortified village of Zar withstand time and attempts at deciphering. With thick defensive walls, Zar appears to have been an impressive fortress, but who built it and why? These questions remain unanswered. No clear historical records offer clues to the identity of the inhabitants of this lost city. Local legends speak of mysterious disappearances in the region, and some believe Zar was protected by unknown forces, or perhaps housed powerful secrets. For archaeologists, however, Zar is a puzzle that needs more pieces to be solved. Lost civilizations may have erected these walls, but the motive remains as enigmatic as the ruins themselves. This mystery is a reminder of how many questions remain about our past. With every new archaeological find, we are forced to reconsider what we know and imagine the lost stories that were never told. Ostrich egg globe. Among the most fascinating archaeological discoveries is a globe made from ostrich eggs, found in 2012. The globe, which depicts the New World, is considered the oldest of its kind. However, what draws the most attention is the speculation that it may have been created by Leonardo da Vinci. This theory, although seductive, divides specialists. Some point to da Vinci's unique style, while others believe the artifact is the work of an unknown cartographer of the time. The use of ostrich eggs as a base for this creation reflects the ingenuity of ancient civilizations and their ability to transform unusual materials into works of art. This mysterious artifact challenges the timeline of geographic discoveries and makes us question how this information reached the creators of the globe before the great expeditions. Regardless of authorship, the ostrich egg globe is a perfect example of how science and mystery go hand in hand. It represents an ancient clue that could help us better understand what past civilizations knew about the world. If you're enjoying these mysteries, don't forget to leave your like and share with friends. After all, who doesn't love a good archaeological mystery? Crystal Skull. The infamous Mitchell Hedges crystal skull is undoubtedly one of the most controversial artifacts in modern history. For a long time, it was believed to be an ancient relic with mystical properties, supposedly used in rituals of lost civilizations. However, scientific analysis revealed that the skull was carved with modern tools, making it a hoax. Still, it remains shrouded in mystery. For many, the skull still symbolizes the quest for answers that modern science cannot fully provide. Although the evidence points to its creation in the 20th century, some people continue to believe that the skull hides secrets from the past, and that, in some way, it is linked to advanced civilizations that possessed knowledge beyond our time. The duality between what is scientific and what is mystical makes the crystal skull a fascinating phenomenon. It challenges our perception of what is real, and the mystery surrounding it continues to fuel the imagination of all who study it. Crying mummy. In the tombs of Peru, archaeologists found a mummy in a position of deep emotion, with the body curled up and hands covering the face, as if in the middle of a plea or despair. This mummy, dated to over 1,000 years old, suggests that its ancient inhabitants practiced rituals related to death and rebirth. Some believe this particular posture is linked to preparation for an afterlife, a common belief in many ancient cultures. Beyond its unusual posture, this mummy arouses curiosity because of the stories it might tell about vanished civilizations. The details preserved in the body and the tomb reveal clues about how ancient peoples dealt with death and their spiritual beliefs, but leave many questions unanswered. These ancient remains reinforce the mystery surrounding humanity's past, proving that even after so many centuries, much remains to be discovered about the practices and rituals of these civilizations. By exploring archaeological discoveries that should never have existed, one thing becomes evident: humanity's history is far from fully unveiled. Each mysterious find, whether the crystal skull, the crying mummy, or the enigmatic ruins of Zar, reminds us that the past is filled with layers of knowledge, still hidden under the veil of time. These artifacts, which challenge science, chronology, and even logic, are like windows into an alternative past, a past that may have been much more complex and surprising than we believe. Many of these discoveries were initially met with skepticism or mistrust, and in most cases, some offer rational or scientific explanations to try to fit them into the timeline we know. However, it's undeniable that the fascination with these finds remains alive, because in some cases, science has not yet managed to explain all their nuances. Are these artifacts merely misinterpretations or real evidence of a hidden history? Perhaps there are lost civilizations that mastered advanced technologies whose traces were erased by the relentless forces of nature or humanity itself. Archaeology, after all, is not just a science. It is also an art of interpretation and an invitation to mystery. When confronted with artifacts like the ostrich egg globe that depicts the New World or the Viking coin found on American soil, we are led to question the traditional narrative of what we know as historical fact. These objects seem to suggest that ancient knowledge may have been more vast and connected than we imagined, as if vestiges of a global network of civilizations were lost in the sands of time. Could it be that, at some point in history, cultures that should never have met exchanged information, ideas, and technologies? Another point we cannot ignore is how much these mysteries captivate the public. From the ruins of Zar, which evoke stories of disappearances and forgotten secrets, to the crystal skull, with its air of mysticism, these artifacts fuel our imagination and inspire theories that go far beyond conventional archaeology. For many, these objects are not just historical curiosities, but portals to deeper questions about who we are, where we come from, and where we're going. Could it be that we're only scratching the surface of humanity's secrets? While it is tempting to dismiss all of this as mere coincidence or misinterpretation, the fact is that these finds continue to challenge our understanding. Each discovery carries with it the promise that perhaps the next artifact unearthed will be the key to unlocking an unknown aspect of our past. And who knows, there may still be many other archaeological phenomena waiting to be unearthed, ready to challenge the boundaries of knowledge. Whatever the truth behind these finds, one thing is certain: we still have much to learn. The past is far from a closed book. It is more like an incomplete puzzle, whose pieces continue to emerge with each new excavation. And it is precisely this